Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say
All right, chameleons, we are back for another episode of the Say What podcast, and I am your girl, your host, your founder, the CEO, Shakima. Make sure you are following us on YouTube. Make sure you are following us on the Say What podcast on Instagram, and the CEO, Shakima, on Instagram as well. Chameleons, we are going to have fun. We are going to have a lot of fun. But first, I got to give homage to Whitfield for the song because it is so fitting to my personality, to my chameleons. I don't know. It's just like I always say, it's just a vibe. So thank you, Whitfield, so much. But let's just get right into it. All right. Let's just get right into it. All right, chameleons, let's get right into it. All right. So today's episode, a high value woman, the keys to self-worth and success, because we talk a lot about, and when I say we, I mean me, I mean you, I mean us, but we talk a lot about like a high value man, right? Women, we are looking for high value men, right? But let's divert from that for a little while and let's get into a high value woman, right? How to thrive in your high valueness, because I'm going to say, based on experience, do I consider myself a high value woman? Absolutely. Absolutely. But how do you thrive in that high value womanness? Because it's very it's very sexist. I feel like women are more alone in their high valueness versus a man. And that's just how I feel based on my experience, what I see. The people I talk to, I feel like high value men are just much more sought out than high value women. And I know this is probably not going to be one of the episodes where it gets thousands of views from men, because I'm going to have to talk about them a little bit. It just don't seem like they're that confident. And it's very discouraging, because it's like when you meet a man, right, and you're interacting and you're conversating, it's like you don't really want to like give him all the acoustics, right? All your kudos to yourself and toot your horn, even though you're very successful, not just money or career, but it's like when you start talking about your accolades, it's like they kind of like shy away. So we gonna have to talk about it, how to thrive in that regardless, like whatever. So first of all, what does it even mean to be a high value woman, right? It doesn't mean that, you're perfect, right? It's not about external validation, right? A high value woman is a woman that embodies confidence and self-respect, right? Very authentic. And I mean that in every aspect of their life, right? Like walking in the room and owning it. Like it's not on you, it's in you. You know how like you can walk by a woman or a man, and they just have this smell, whether it's a cologne or perfume, and it's just like, damn. Like, and it just sits in your nose and you just have to turn around. Like, I gotta know what that is you are wearing, right? Because I have some perfumes that are like that. And I've smelt some perfumes and colognes that are like that. And I've had to turn around and ask the person, like, what are you wearing? Because my God, I Right? So it's that type of vibe. Like walking in that room, leaving that smell in the nose of the audience. And when I say audience, I'm not saying you're performing or anything like that, because when you walk in and own the room, everybody else in the room now becomes your audience. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to be able to walk and thrive in that, because I feel like sometimes we gotta downplay ourselves, and but that's a whole nother podcast, right? But anyway, let's get back, right? Having confidence, emotional intelligence, like being self-aware of who you are and whose you are, and also being independent, right? And I struggle with being independent. Not saying, I'm saying with that word, because sometimes, men, they'll shy away from that too. They don't want you to be independent. They want you to be self-sufficient. So I'm kind of like, we're going to talk about independent versus self-sufficient on an episode too, because I think that'll be really, really good. But, confidence, and I have been exposed to so many people, so many women, since we're talking about women, that are just not confident. And confidence is key. That's the best outfit you can ever wear, is confidence. I'm telling you. Now, I'm going to talk about also the misconceptions of a high value woman. It's not your status quo. It's not, right? It's not how much money you have. It's not your wealth, right? It's not the way you look. I'm telling you, it's all about what's within you, because whatever is in you is going to shine on the outside of you. So if you're not confident, it's going to show. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. When you're not confident, it's going to show. It's going to show in your walk. It's going to show in your talk. It's going to show when you're walking with your head down. No, why? Unless you're checking out your shoes, but you're not going to walk the room with your head down. Absolutely not. You're not going to speak to people with your head down. People are not going to take you serious. I'm telling you, confidence is key. When you are confident, people will take you serious. People will listen to you. People will stop what they're doing to hear what you have to say. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Was I ever this confident? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It took years for me to be this confident. But if anyone was to ask me, I still have a long way to go. And that comes from just, childhood trauma, corporate America trauma, like not feeling worthy. I mean, that's another episode too. But, people taking jabs at you, and my grandparents, they would say, especially my grandfather, oh, I miss him, on my mom's side. But, you got to be careful what you listen to and who you listen to, because people can tell you something so much that you start to believe it. So you have to know, right, who you are and whose you are when you walk out of this door every single day. You have to love yourself, and you have to constantly love on yourself and work on loving yourself more and more and more every day. Because when you go outside this door, you may not experience love. And the most truest, genuinest love that you're going to get is going to come from your home. But most importantly, it's going to come within. So my grandfather preached that to me and my best friend all the time. You got to love yourself, because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Everybody is not going to think you're attractive, or you speak well, or you're this or you're that. So you have to know, right? And be careful who you listen to. So I'm telling you, it took a lot of work for me to get here, a lot of self-development. And I would say I gained the bulk of my confidence that I have right now to this day, speaking to you through network marketing. Like, people say a lot of things about network marketing. I even did an episode on it, but I said one of the biggest gains I had from network marketing, it wasn't even about the money that I made, because I was able to make 6 figures from network marketing. But what I can't put a price tag on was the confidence that I built within myself in network marketing. And, being exposed to so many people who did not have confidence in themselves. So I saw me in them, and I coached and mentored them a lot about confidence, because so many people, so many women don't have it. And I know it's not easy to get there, because it wasn't easy for me, but it's going to take a lot of self-development. It's going to take a lot of self-awareness. And it's also going to take you being around people who are positive, right? Who uplift you, who inspire you, who push you to greatness. Like I said before, when I did my first presentation in network marketing, I'm going to have to give Lucretia a shout out, because she was the only person that came. And it might sound bad, but she was the only person that needed to be there, because she critiqued me so well to where I was like, I got to get my shit together. And she said, this was the main thing she said. She said, the information you shared was good. She said, but you're not confident. She said, you did this a lot. You did that a lot. You were very fidgety. She said you didn't come off confident, and you didn't come off like you were prepared. And I took heed to that. And I'm telling you, I got my shit together. And when I was near term of ending my network marketing career, shit, I was one of the best speakers in that company. I could do that presentation with my eyes closed. I was getting requested to come to other people's events to do that presentation and to train their team, because I was so confident, and it exuded on the outside, and it showed. And I was also prepared. And I realized the more prepared you are, and the more you know the information, the more your confidence shines. I mean, it'll be bright. And I'm going to tell you this. I think I said this before on my network marketing episode, but my mom was in the business with me. She was one of my business partners. And I'm telling you, she did a presentation one time. And I'm telling you, most of the stuff my mom said was wrong. But she was so confident to where she was able to gain several business partners from that presentation, because nobody knew the information better than her. So they didn't know that she didn't know what she was talking about, because she was just that confident. So I'm telling you, confidence is key. And not only, like, even when you're like in relationships, like building your self-worth, right? Like telling people no and setting boundaries and being confident about it and standing 10 toes down. Now, you're going to have to, practice self-compassion at the same time, but I'm telling you, confidence is key, right? So practice self-compassion, but let go of comparison, right? Because if you're busy comparing yourself to other people, you'll never have what's for you, because you're too focused on what they have. So the only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself. Every single day, I tell myself that. I tell my kids that. I tell my team that. Like, I want you to be 1% better every single day. Every single day. And whatever that looks like for you, that's what it is. Whether it's reading books, whether it's listening to listening to the audio books, motivation in the morning, whatever it is, I want you to get 100% better every single day. Also, when it comes to, thriving in your high value womanness, you're going to have to develop emotional resilience. And I'm telling you, that is hard because as women, our makeup, the way God created us, we are emotional people. We are absolutely emotional people. And I struggled with that. I've gotten a whole lot better, but I'm telling you, I really struggled with emotional resilience. And I used to ask myself, like, why? Why am I like this? Why am I so emotional? Like praying about it. But I'm telling you, I've been through so much. And I look back over my life and I'm telling you, and I look, I talk to, my mentors and different things like that. And people that I, consider to be very successful. They are very, very emotionless people. Very emotionless people. And I would say it works for them. When it comes to the financial aspect of it. But when it comes to like being there for, for someone, their significant other, emotionally, they lack that. They lack that. So it's a difference between being emotional resilient and being emotionless. Right? Emotionless is just what it says. You have no emotions. You are numb. Right? It doesn't matter if death happens, if birth happens, you're the same way. That's emotionless. But emotional resilience just means that you don't let your emotions get the best of you. You don't make decisions based on your emotions because your emotions come from your heart. And this is something that I have been praying very deeply, asking God, please, God, allow me to make decisions based on my head and not my heart. Because sometimes making decisions from your heart will get you in some trouble because you're basing it off an emotion and the way you're feeling at the time. So you can make a decision and then 20 minutes later, you realize that like I really crashed out and that just was not a good thing for me. So when you're emotional resilient, like I said, you just don't let your emotions get the best of you, right? And you can hit the ground and you get right back up. I'm telling you, because let me just be honest with you, this divorce is really sending me. It's really sending me emotionally, financially, spiritually. Like I'm going to have a series just on going through a divorce. Because I'm telling you, anybody that's going through a divorce, this is an emotional disaster. And when you have kids involved, oh man, it gets even more complicated. Now, when I say it's sending me, oh, absolutely. It's sending me. But I have had to tap into a piece of me, a part of me that I didn't even know I had, that I didn't even know was in there. I've had to become the strongest I've ever had to become in my life. And like I said, I'm going to talk about that in a series, but just wanted to kind of give you a visual of emotional resilience. Now, high value women in relationships. Because remember I said at the beginning, like when you meet a guy, you don't really want to talk about all your kudos because sometimes it seems like they shy away from that. And as a high value woman, I don't talk about those things to brag. If you ask me about myself and what I do for work and my career, I feel like, let's start out being transparent with each other and not feeling like I got to dumb myself down just to be appealing to you because evidently something caught your eye, right? So now that we're in conversation, I don't want to come into whatever this becomes not being myself. So if you can't deal with that, then I really don't know what else to tell you. Like, I really don't. So as a high value woman, and I'm not saying, because I don't want y'all to, to take that the wrong way, but I've worked too hard to dumb myself down. Like, why would any man want a woman who's going to dumb herself down? Like, to make you feel important? That's going to be the dynamics of the relationship. And that's not what I want. I'm going to allow you to lead me. If you can lead me, like Jill Scott said, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. I don't want my success to be intimidating to you. Your success, my success, boom. Together, dynamic duo, power couple. That's where my mind is going. Right? So when you're like excelling in your career, like it's through focus. All right. As a high value, like laser focus. I'm talking about like you see nothing else but what it is you're trying to accomplish. Now, if you're not with the right person, it may not work. I'm just telling you from experience. That's why you got to get with someone who's aligned with what it is you're trying to do, and they have to get in alignment, and you guys are aligned together, and you have a common goal. Now, your personal goals may be different, but you guys have to have a common goal, right? And like your personal journey may be different to get there, but the common goal, you both are trying to get there. But you may have a storm when they don't have a storm, right? Or you may have a storm at the same time and it's two different storms, right? But you two both have to continue to, go through that, work through that, but still create an environment where both of you can thrive and be transparent with each other, right? I'm a leader. I'm a leader in the home. I'm a leader at work. It's me and my two boys. I have a global team that I manage. So I'm a leader. But when that man come into play, baby, my brain is on airplane mode because he creates that type of environment for me. Right? I don't want to be I don't want to think about, I don't even want to think about going to the store to get coconut sugar. Like, seriously, like, I don't want to have to think about nothing. Like, I want my mind to be at peace because it's just always like a wildfire. And so when I'm in the presence of him, it's supposed to be peaceful. It's supposed to be calm. Now, there may be things that he doesn't do well that I do well. So you tap into that, the things that I do well, right? And allow me to lead in those things. But as the leader, no, I don't want to be the leader. I'll take lead when it comes to some things that he lacking. Maybe he lacks in, providing visuals for an event that he's hosting or, something like that. And I'm better with it than that. Yeah, I'll take the lead in that because that may be my thing. And I'm just, just talking, right? Just giving you guys some examples and some visuals. I may take the lead on that, but being the leader, no. He's the leader. So sometimes as high value women, because we are leaders at home, we are leaders in the workforce. When you get that man, you're gonna have to, some things, like I said, take the lead, but not be the leader. Allow him to be the leader. If he can tell you what to do, ladies, let him tell you what to do. And I'm telling you, your life will be so much easier. I don't want a relationship where I got to fight to be the leader. No, I don't want to be the leader, baby. Lead me. Take control, baby. It's yours. Now, I'm going to step in when I need to, like I said, to take the lead on some things. But being the leader, I'm going to let you have that. So continue to, nourish that relationship, right? That healthy relationship. And I'm telling you, the partner you choose is going to be one of the best decisions you would ever make in your life. If you choose the right partner, because that is one of the most important decisions you would ever make in your life. And also choosing the right friends, right? Because you need friends that uplift you and inspire you, right? You want friends you can learn from, friends that are doing better than you, right? Friends that can put you on a good book, friends that can put you in the room with the people you need to be in rooms with. But most, they can even, mention your name in rooms you haven't even stepped foot in. Those are the people you need to be around. You need to be around more high value women, like who genuinely want the best for you, not the mean girls. Not every time you get up from the table, they turning their nose up, looking at you sideways, talking about you in their group chats. No. I'm telling you, happy people ain't hating, and hating people ain't happy. You need to get around happy people. All right. Now, I know we've been talking for a while, and I tried to make this short, but I'm telling you, it's good, and I'm having a good time. Now, what are some daily habits for growth? Because I talk about self-development. I talk about growth all the time, right? Journaling. I'm telling you, journaling has been a saver for me going through a divorce. Because for one, it's going to give me something to go back and look through for this book, for one, but also to look back and read and understand and see my growth. Like to see how I've grown, to see and sit in what I've overcome. Not sit there for a long time. I'm not talking about buying real estate in my sorrow and my grief and my pity and my dark days. I'm talking about just sitting in there very briefly, just to be able to appreciate, how I've grown and how I've overcome, and to just soak up the goodness and the grace of God. So I'm telling you, get you a journal and start journaling your journey, because life is a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey. Prioritizing your health and wellness. Like I got to do much better with that. Like I try to eat healthy as much as I can. And I take sea moss now every day, and I absolutely love it. At first, when I started maybe 2 years ago, I didn't take it serious. It tasted good. And I was just enjoying it. So shout out to my sea moss distributor in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's Elle Botanicals, and I mean that sea moss is delicious, and the drinks are good too. But I take a tablespoon twice a day. I take one in the morning and I take one in the evening, and I can tell in my energy level that I'm just more like pumped up. Even though my energy level is always high, I try to keep my energy level high. Like I said, if you're negative, I'm not coming down there with you. You gotta reach me. I'm sorry. And working out, oh man, that's a journey too. I got the Peloton, I got a treadmill, I got weights, I got all this stuff, and I need to take advantage of it because I can tell I'm getting older. And I'm like, I want to be fit. Like, I got a little flab under my arms now. I'm like, I got to hit these weights. I have to hold myself accountable. And I was like, I got to find me a gym rat who I don't have to go to the gym because I got stuff at home, but somebody who's going to hold me accountable every single day, an accountability partner. Now, SOS is back in the gym and, doing his thing or whatever. But by the time he goes to the gym, ain't no way I'm going to the gym 6 or 7 o'clock. I mean, working out 6, 7. Like, no. I got to do mine early in the morning. I used to get up like 5 in the morning to work out at 5:30. And I need to get back to that. I got to make sure I'm getting an adequate amount of sleep. So that's important. Get you an accountability partner. Try to eat as healthy as you can. If you can't eat 3 healthy meals a day, eat 2. Fasting. Fasting is really, really good. And also, like, investing in, like, continuous learning and skill building, like, trades or, I know this has nothing to do with it, but I wanted to, like, go to bartender school and get my bartender license just because I like to host. And I like, my friends come over. We don't have to have alcohol, but it could be a mocktail. But I like that. And I'm still thinking about going. And I thought about taking a cooking class because I ain't the best cook. I can make a few dishes really well, but I ain't nobody's chef. But yeah, investing in, self-development, taking a class, a training. I invested thousands and thousands of dollars in self-development when I was in network marketing. And I was paying for that. It was one mentorship program. It was $10,000. $10,000. And it taught me all about social media. It taught me about public speaking. Like I said, the best thing that I did walk away from in network marketing is confidence. And that was through self-development and investing in myself. Investing in my growth. All right. So I know that was a lot, but I'm telling y'all, I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you do too. Share this episode with your friends, with your coworkers. Like, this is not an episode to hold on to and be selfish with. Share this. Now, this is what I want you to do for me. You have homework. All right. This week, I want you to take 5 minutes every single day. And I want you to write down one thing you love about yourself. And I want you to write down one area of your life you would like to grow in. Now, remember, growth is not a destination. It's a journey. And in that journey, throughout that journey, every step counts. All right. I love y'all so much. So much. Thank y'all for pouring into me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Make sure you're listening to us on YouTube. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great year for you. All right. So keep tuning into the podcast. All right. I love you. Bye.
Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Say